Creatine is one of the most thoroughly studied supplements in modern nutritional science, and its safety profile is as impressive as its performance-enhancing potential. Despite lingering myths and public skepticism, often centered on kidney damage or dehydration, decades of rigorous research have consistently shown that creatine monohydrate is not only effective but remarkably safe for long-term daily use in healthy individuals. These findings are not based on anecdote or marketing hype, but on hundreds of peer-reviewed studies across a wide range of populations, including athletes, older adults, children with neuromuscular disorders, and even patients with certain chronic conditions. The core concern most people have about creatine is whether it harms the kidneys. This idea likely stems from a basic misunderstanding of how creatine is metabolized. When the body breaks down creatine, it produces creatinine, a waste product excreted through the kidneys and commonly measured in blood tests to assess renal function. When someone supplements with creatine, their creatinine levels may rise slightly, not because the kidneys are under stress, but simply because more creatine is circulating and breaking down. This physiological response can be misinterpreted as a sign of kidney dysfunction if context is ignored. However, numerous studies, including those lasting up to 5 years, have found no evidence that creatine supplementation causes any damage to kidney tissue or impairs filtration rates in healthy individuals. This holds true even at higher than recommended doses. Similarly, concerns about dehydration and muscle cramping, once widely believed in athletic circles, have also been debunked by well-controlled trials. In fact, creatine appears to have a modest hydration benefit, increasing intracellular water retention and improving thermoregulation under heat stress. Several studies in athletes, military personnel, and endurance runners have shown that creatine users experience no greater risk of muscle cramps, dehydration, or heat-related illness compared to non-users. On the contrary, some data suggest improved tolerance to heat and prolonged exertion in those supplementing with creatine. Another persistent worry is that long-term creatine use might lead to excessive muscle growth or weight gain that could interfere with athletic performance or cardiovascular health. While it's true that creatine can cause a small, initial increase in body weight, typically 1 to 2 kilograms, this is primarily due to water being drawn into muscle cells. Over time, modest lean mass gains may occur, especially if the supplement is used in conjunction with resistance training. These changes are usually functional and beneficial, not harmful. Importantly, creatine does not increase fat mass, disrupt hormonal balance, or alter cardiovascular markers in healthy users. As for dosage, the research has settled on a practical and well-tolerated regimen. While some individuals opt for a loading phase, typically 20 grams per day split into 4 doses for 5 to 7 days, this is not required for effectiveness. A steady dose of 3 to 5 grams per day of creatine monohydrate is sufficient for maintaining elevated muscle and brain creatine stores over time. For most people, this dose is safe to take indefinitely provided they have no underlying kidney disease. Those with known renal impairments or a history of kidney dysfunction should consult a healthcare provider before starting supplementation, not because creatine is inherently dangerous, but because compromised kidneys may not handle increased creatinine levels with the same efficiency. Interestingly, creatine's safety record extends to populations beyond the athletic and healthy adult demographic. It has been studied in children with muscular dystrophy, older adults with sarcopenia, and even individuals with neurodegenerative conditions. In each case, it has been shown to be safe and well-tolerated, with few to no adverse effects reported at standard dosing levels. This has led some researchers to argue that creatine is not just safe, it may be a broadly beneficial health supplement for cellular energy support across multiple systems, including muscles, bones, and the brain. That said, not all creatine products on the market are created equal. Purity matters. Creatine monohydrate, the form used in the vast majority of safety and efficacy trials, is the gold standard. Other forms, such as creatine ethyl ester, buffered creatine, or liquid creatine, are often marketed as superior but have failed to demonstrate consistent advantages in independent studies. More importantly, products with poor quality control may contain impurities or contaminants. For this reason, it's wise to choose a creatine product that has been third-party tested by a reputable organization, such as NSF Certified for Sport or Informed Choice. In conclusion, daily creatine supplementation is remarkably safe for most people when taken at recommended doses and sourced from reputable manufacturers. It does not harm healthy kidneys, does not increase risk of dehydration, and does not cause uncontrolled muscle growth or hormonal imbalance. On the contrary, it supports muscular energy, cognitive performance, and potentially even bone and metabolic health. For athletes, aging adults, or anyone looking to support long-term physical and mental function, creatine remains a simple, evidence-backed supplement with a long track record of both safety and effectiveness.